Have you ever looked at your life and thought, wait, how did I get here? You wake up, you check your phone, you go through the same routine, and weeks turn into months. And one day you realize you don't really feel like yourself anymore. Something interesting though, according to science, most people don't need a completely new life. They just need a reset of a few core systems that run their brain and behavior. Not motivation, not a perfect plan, just a structured reset period long enough for the brain to rewire itself. So today I want to talk about a science-backed 90-day reset. A reset that works with how your brain actually functions. So hi, this is Shivani, and on this channel we talk about how to make ourselves better day by day. So let's get into the video. Okay, so first we need to understand something about the brain. Our brain loves efficiency. In neuroscience, there is a part of the brain called the basal ganglia. Its job is to automate behaviors. This is where habits live. That's why you can brush your teeth, check your phone, or drive a familiar route without thinking. Our brain turns repeated actions into habit loops. Cue, behavior, then reward. Let's take an example. You wake up, you check your phone, you get a small dopamine hit. Let's take another example. You are stressed, so you start using social media. You start scrolling Instagram and you get a temporary relief. The brain remembers that relief, so it repeats that behavior. Over time, these loops become automatic, and the problem is your brain doesn't care if the habit is good or bad. It only cares if the habit is familiar. That's why change feels uncomfortable. But here's the hopeful part. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity. This means your brain can literally rewire its neural pathways when you repeat new behaviors consistently. Research from behavioral psychology shows that meaningful habit change often stabilizes over 8 to 12 weeks. That is why a 90-day reset works so well. It gives the brain enough time to build new patterns. People try to change their lives by adding motivation. But psychology research shows lasting change usually happens when 3 systems reset: energy, environment, identity. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about system 1, resetting your energy. Before your brain can focus, create, or improve your life, it needs energy. And science is very clear about what regulates mental energy. There are 3 things: sleep, sunlight, and movement. So when you wake up and expose your eyes to natural sunlight, your brain releases signals that regulate your circadian rhythm. This rhythm controls hormones like cortisol and melatonin, which means it directly affects your mood, focus, and motivation. Movement also increases dopamine and serotonin, 2 neurotransmitters strongly linked to motivation and emotional stability. So during a 90-day reset, the first rule is simple. Wake up at roughly the same time every day. Then within the first hour, get sunlight, move your body, avoid immediately checking your phone after waking up. It sounds simple, but this stabilizes the brain's biological clock. And when your energy improves, your decision making improves too. Something fascinating from behavioral science. Studies show that environment often influences behavior more than willpower. In other words, your surroundings shape your habits. System 2 is reset your environment. If your phone is next to your bed, you will check it. If junk food is visible to your eyes, you will eat it. This happens because your brain constantly responds to environmental cues. So instead of relying on discipline, redesign your environment. For example, move your phone away from your bed. Place books where you normally scroll. Leave your workout shoes where you can see them. These changes, small changes, reduce something psychologists call behavioral friction. And when friction drops, good habits become easier to act and start. So let's talk about system 3, that is reset your identity. This might be the most powerful shift. Research suggests that people behave in ways that align with their self-image. This idea is supported by self-perception theory. If you believe you are someone who exercises, you are more likely to exercise. If you believe you are someone daily, you are more likely to read. So during your 90-day reset, stop focusing only on your goals. Start focusing on identity. Instead of saying, I want to be productive, say, I'm becoming someone who uses their time intentionally. Instead of, I need to get healthier, say, I'm someone who takes care of my body. Brain slowly aligns your actions with the person you believe you're becoming. Okay, let's talk about 90-day reset framework. Instead of trying to change everything in your life at once, choose 3 simple daily behaviors. Small actions repeated daily create new neural pathways. For example, 20 to 30 minutes of daily movement, 10 minutes of daily reading or learning, daily reflection or journaling. During the first few weeks, your brain will resist. That is normal. The brain prefers familiar patterns, but around week 6 to 8, something interesting happens. The behavior start feeling more natural because the neural pathways supporting them become stronger. That's neuroplasticity in action. So most life resets don't feel exciting at the beginning. They feel slow, sometimes even boring, but that's actually a good sign. Because life isn't dramatic, it is quiet. It's the moment you wake up and choose to move your body. The moment you close the app and pick up a book. The moment you keep a small promise to yourself. And over time, those small promises rebuild something very powerful. Self-trust. And when self-trust grows, confidence grows. And when confidence grows, life starts moving again. So if your life feels messy right now, remember this. You don't need to fix everything. You just need to change a few patterns. Give yourself 90 days, not for perfection, just for consistency. Because when patterns change, your life slowly follows. If this video resonated with you, subscribe for more such videos about psychology, self-development, and understanding how the brain works. We'll see you in the next video.